Yo, welcome to my channel. Welcome to this weekly scan, Sunday weekly scan. Yeah, let's get started. I don't want to take too much time for this one. So let's start with SPY. On SPY, to be honest, we are, as you can see, at all-time highs. So there's not much to say. But I wanna point to something that I saw. Let me go to the 1 hour. Let me go to to here to RSI. Here we can see that the the RSI rejected the bull zone, as you can see, and I want to watch this for the next week. That if we get up above the past high, if we get up above this level and we stay or consolidate near uh, this bull zone entrance, we can see a possible second bearish divergence. And with that, at the middle of week, since we are entering a window of weakness after OPEX last Friday, we can see a decline from here. And to be honest, everything is pointing in that direction. The market looks extremely overextended. If we go to the weekly, we can see that it's very extended from the lows we we rally around 37 38, almost 38%, so it's a lot from the April lows. And yeah, this looks very overextended. Japan riser rates last week, and this can be a blow off top for sure. So I'm going to be on the lookout for this bearish divergence on the 1 hour. And yeah, that's the only thing I'm looking on SPY. Now, this week I'm only gonna focus in financial sector and energy sector. This is the only focus I will have this week. So let me start with the financial sector. If we come to the daily, let me turn on the drawings. We can see we have this trend, this uptrend that we try to break, test it above, but I want to zoom in on these parts, and yeah, we are at this resistance or this support, rejecting the bull zone too. And look at the volume. We had a lot of volume, but with no progress. We didn't break the past highs. We have big volume at the highs. Big volume at the highs. Yeah, I'm ignoring these ones because yeah, there's not much. That's not a area. It's a normal area. At the highs, big volume. At the highs, big volume. So yeah, it's look very distributive, to be honest. Pairing this with SPY bearish divergence, this is a possibility for the financial sector to be the target for my downplay. Yeah. Another thing that I was watching, we can see I marked this down, 3 higher high distribution. and this to me looks like LPSY with the volume showing up at this area but no progress being made. So this can be LPSY. From here I can see it decline to this golden pocket from this low in August to the high, last high. I can see it coming down to these golden pockets, filling this gap. This is what I target to, and I'm gonna be on the lookout for this one. If we break above this previous high, I'm gonna try to short it, maybe to this gap fill, but I'm not gonna play indexes. I'm gonna play individual names. So for the financial sector, I'm looking at the Bank of America, the back, as you wanna call it. And why am I looking at this name? Because we have this anomaly in volume at this high, forming a doji here. And yes, this to me this is the perfect name. Now the game plan, I'm still thinking about it. I don't know if I'm gonna wait for the break of this level, this support, for a break and the retest of this level, or if I'm gonna wait for the break of this one. I can see it. We have some gaps here. We have some gaps, small gaps, but still gaps here. And we have another one here on April. Every name left some kind of gap around those levels. So yeah, I want to see this. This looks very overextended too. Volume is not supporting this break and this uptrend here. Showing at the top here, we can look at the RSI. Let me just, yeah. On the daily, we are at the bull zone, but EMA is entering the bull zone too. This can be a sign of exhaustion, but there's not much to say. Let me go to the 1 hour. 1 hour is leaving the bull zone. This is a good indication for the downside. We cross the EMA and exited the bull zone. In pair with this volume, yeah, and this downside, the breakout structure, some kind of a breakout structure. So probably I'm gonna wait for the break of this level before I enter any position. I'm gonna be on the lookout. We can also let me just check something. Yeah, this volume is saying a lot because it's the biggest volume we had since the April 7. Since the April 7, this time where we had the injection of liquidity. So this is a sign the liquidity enters here, and to me it seems like it's exiting here. If we go to we can turn on the moving average. Yeah, we have not much to say here on the daily. On the 1 hour, on 1 hour we broke above the 21 moving average. There's not much to say too. Let me turn on the Bollinger Bands. On the Bollinger Bands at the daily, we are we are squeezing and we are outside of the Bollinger Bands. So for sure, a reverse here to at least test the middle of the Bollinger Bands. You're gonna be at this level. For sure, it's gonna happen. I wanna see how it opens on Monday, if we gap down or if we gap up. But yeah, if SPY gaps up to make that bearish divergence, I'm gonna take a position on the financial sector, in particular this name for sure. Now let me go to energy sector. Let me turn off the Bollinger Bands. The energy sector, for me, it's a long play. Depends on SPY. If SPY it's bullish on the beginning of the week, I will look out for this name. I know we are at the window of weakness, but the market is very strong. We cannot argue with that. So for the long side, I'm going to look for the energy sector, more in particular XRM. As you can see, we broke out of this flag or this wedge, as you want to call it. We got back inside. We had some volume at the bottom. We can say this is a schematic, accumulation schematic. Let me zoom out a little bit. Let me go to the weekly. Yeah, this seemed to be a schematic. We have this gap, up gap, a gap, sorry. We have a gap here above this current level. We have this big volume signaling accumulation. So probably if we open on Monday kind of flat and SPY positive, I will probably take a step at this level, retesting these breakouts to fill this gap. We have a trend here, a trend line, so this can be a long play for sure. On the daily, we can see better the gap. We have this gap here. This one is already filled. Yeah, so this is gonna be my play, probably to fill this gap. So let me check SOM. I already draw the ignore the letters. Let me. Oh fuck. I already draw the play I wanna take. We have this gap to fill, almost identical to SLE. So it's almost the same play. We had the breakouts, go back inside, got supported on this wedge. The part we retested the upper part of the wedge. We ramp up, rejected. Probably we're gonna test this bigger one, this downtrend trend line, and on the retest of this trend line, I wanna enter a long position for the gap fill up here, and this is gonna be the long play that I have for next week. And these two is gonna be the only names I will be focusing on these next week. This next week is gonna be intense. I still have some shares on Intel. I'm gonna be looking at this one. I wanna be looking, let me check how Bitcoin is doing. Yeah, I had this drawing and Bitcoin was respecting this trend line. We broke above or below. We broke below and now we are on the outside of this trend line, so I can see it coming down to 112, 112, 111, but 112 probably. And I expect uh, the rally to happen at the end of October when we have another interest rate cuts probably. So I want to see it until then coming to 112, around those levels. So I'm not going to focus on these names. I'm just going to focus on financial sector, energy sector. That's all. So thank you for listening. Let's get some money this week and yeah, enjoy your day. Thank you.